We talk about all kinds of things in this show, but we haven't mentioned much about the heritage of Irish literature. Ireland was often referred to in the past as the land of saints and scholars, a place of learning and literature. Did you know that kings and nobles from England, Scotland and many other lands in Europe used to send their sons to Ireland so they would get the best education available at the time? These educational centres were based around some of the great monasteries of Ireland: Clonmacnoise and Durrow in County Offaly, Clonard in County Meath, and Movilla and Bangor in County Down, founded way back in the 500s. In turn, these Christian centres of learning influenced other countries in Europe like France, Austria, Italy, England, and some of the greatest universities, for instance Oxford and Cambridge, came into being as a result. Ireland's famous for many great writers: James Joyce, J.M. Synge, George Bernard Shaw, W.B. Yeats and Oscar Wilde, to name but a few. But one of the best loved Irish writers of all time came from right here, in East Belfast. He was christened Clive Staples Lewis, but from the age of 4 on, just after his wee dog Jaxie was run over and killed, he insisted his family call him Jack. C.S. Lewis is probably best known for the extremely popular Chronicles of Narnia series of children's books, which have already resulted in 2 successful movies, with another coming out later this year. But Jack Lewis didn't just write stories for children. He also wrote a whole wealth of Christian literature, like Mere Christianity, The Problem of Pain, and Surprised by Joy. He wrote the Screwtape Letters and the sequel, Screwtape Proposes a Toast, a brilliant series of letters written from a senior demon to his nephew Wormwood, giving him advice on how to tempt his target, an Englishman. A dramatic production of Screwtape starring Max McLean is currently touring theatres in the USA. Lewis created a great space trilogy as well: Out of the Silent Planet, Perelandra and That Hideous Strength. If you want to read a great science fiction book, you couldn't beat Out of the Silent Planet. One of my claims to fame is that with a partner, I used to run an internet cafe in Hollywood, just east of Belfast. It was called Jack's, after C.S. Lewis obviously, and we used to own the internet domain otherworlds.com. That was the title of one of Jack's books, but Lewis certainly did create other worlds for us to inhabit. All of our computers had planet names like Perelandra, Malacandra and Buratrilbia. As a child, when he lived in a large rambling house in Belfast called Little Lee, complete with a huge wardrobe, he'd already created imaginary creatures and scenarios, forerunners of Narnia. He liked to go off cycling in nearby County Down. Even when he lived in England as a student and then professor at Oxford and later Cambridge, he loved to travel back to Ireland for holidays. One of his favourite places was Annagassan, a wee village by the sea in County Louth. At Oxford, where he lectured for many years, he was part of a regular discussion circle of writers and others, known as the Inklings. They met every week at the Eagle and Child pub in Oxford, and the members included fellow authors Charles Williams and Owen Barfield, and of course the well-known J.R.R. Tolkien, who wrote Lord of the Rings. When eventually he married American Jewish divorcee Joy Gresham, he came back to the Crawfordsburn Inn in County Down for their honeymoon. The 1993 film Shadowlands told the story of their developing friendship, at first by correspondence, then romance, marriage, and finally Joy's tragic early death from cancer. Jack only survived Joy by 3 years, dying on the very same day that John F. Kennedy was assassinated. C.S. Lewis carried on that combination of scholarship, Christian faith and storytelling that typified those early Irish monks. Today he's commemorated by Lewis Square in East Belfast, with a statue nearby featuring Diggory from The Magician's Nephew, opening the famous wardrobe from The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. In Bangor, County Down, there's also a plaque on a park bench facing the sea, quoting Lewis's description of perfection. Heaven is Oxford, lifted and placed in the middle of County Down. What more can I say?